It's always good riding a bike. It's worth less than the fork on the bike next to you. Hey up, I'm Guy Kestevan, the Testaman, and I'm at the Enduro riding the Merida 120. Affordable, all-round agro bike. Some of the sweetest trails with the least respectful audience. Bloody influencers up here on the edge of Exmoor and the Bristol Channel. And it's gonna, I'll tell you now, I've already shot 4 stages worth of footage and it's the most random live ride I've probably ever done. So good luck picking the fact out of this one. But yeah, cracking bike, cracking riding. But yes, you know, as with all bikes, there's some pros and cons to chat about. So let's get into that, because me standing on a hill ain't that exciting. But the riding on this one definitely should be. So, Merida 120. First thing you need to know is it's not a 120 bike. It's actually 130. And that's not just the fork's longer and the back shorter thing. It's actually 130 both ends. And like most of Merida's other trail bikes, I think all of them, even the 140 and the 160, it's using this P-Flex day system. They're quite unusual to have. They're longer travel trail bikes, not so much in the 120 shorter travel arena, but that much travel with a flex day, certainly in alloy, because this is Merida's 6000 series triple butted light alloy frame. You normally don't push that much flex. All right, mate. Through an alloy frame, so, but kind of if anyone should be trusted with it, it's Merida. You know, they've been manufacturing cutting edge alloy bikes for an absolute age, and obviously custom built for a lot of other people as well. Tag it.
Looks like your beans there.
Thank you very much. And as usual, I've got this all out of order. I should be talking about the Geo first off, really, because that's what you do in a bike test, isn't it? Introduce the frame and the Geo. We've kind of done the frame, but I just wanted to cut in and say, yes, this is a tailwind section. Yes, I am enjoying leaving e-bikers behind. But for a twanger bike, an alloy one, I actually just stopped, thinking I'd flatted the rear tyre on that descent. No, it's just that fluid. It's proper playful and springy. Like I say, I think I might need a bit less rebound on it, but I could just kind of lean into the springy playfulness of it. But either way, if you're expecting, you know, a budget alloy trail bike to feel dead, hell no. Not this Merida 120, not so far anyway. While I'm expecting some issues from these cheap, fairly hard compound forecasters later on, right now, oh, thank you.
Steady winter race.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd give him some space. I didn't realise I was heading into a stream. But, you know, better that than clean out a Rambler. Yeah, actually, this is pretty bouncy out there. You might need some damping, because seated, it's fine. You've got a really steep seat angle, like crazy seat, like 78.5. But out the saddle, it's pretty bouncy. Hey? Oh, I have got a flat now. Toss. That's a really bad start.
It is.
In the bloody stream bed as well.
You've got gear fits.
Yeah. Yeah, flatted already. Oh, misses the pedal. Oh no! Right, stage 2, right, before I wipe out or get a flat or whatever I do this time, let's talk about that geo. So, it's actually, for a trail bike, relatively steep. So, 66 degrees head angle, but then you've got the Merida agilometer sizing, which means that rather than going for the usual small, medium, large, oh, that was dreadful, small, medium, large, you go small, mid, long in the next one. I mean, there is an extra short as well. So it's all done on length, which means you're actually getting a really long bike on what would be a large. So 485mm reach on this long, which considering it's only a 445mm seat tube, is proper stretched out position. So that's where you're getting stability on this bike, because the back end pretty short, 435mm chainstays, and that's across all sizes as well. It's not proportional. Oh, heavily one this. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm riding all of these blind. So, you got fairly frisky angles, at least for a modern trail bike, and then very stable in terms of reach, but a back end that's going to come around easily. I think, come on guys, you're meant to be good at this pedalling, Mark. Got a lot of pressure. Whee! Nurse it across those tyres. Roots, I mean. Yes, more climbing. This is good. Let's sit down, let's use that steep seat angle. So I've got Mickey's from Bike Radar behind me. Proper enduro ride. So hopefully the pedalling he's not going to like, because he's going to be smoking me down these sections. Whoa! Big kick out. Criminal's lucky there. Yeah, maybe need to have a word with that on this section too. Go on! Come on. Woo! There you go. First bottom out on the fender. Nearly tucked the front end. Because obviously, it's a really small field. Whoa! It's only 80 riders in the whole event. But most of them have been through here already. So it's easy to see where they've gone, but essentially already riding the rut. And that twitchy front end, you can feel it. I mean, it is long, but she's a tweaker. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that. A little bit of admin. Thank you very much. Oh, it's old school dibbers on this. Hiya! Oh well, it's good for the complexion.
I think so. Skin peel, but more.
Yeah, it's nice. Exfoliate, it's the exfoliate enduro.
Excellent. The exfoliated.
Yeah, you remember Anna from the Dales video with the layers.
Hiya!
Hiya.
I've actually never used these tools as pliers before. Right now, they're proving their worth in gold. Because that little WTB plug, it's not even there anymore. God knows what happened to that. So that's a massive fail.
Okay, so the plug failed, thanks WTB, and then had a fight getting a TPU tube in there because I'm testing those. That was pretty undersized when it blew up, so that took a lot of pumping. But we're there, we're rolling again, but we are dead last my back ain't happy about all that tyre pumping. But the weather's still lovely, trails are fantastic, so let's keep plugging on. If we get swept, we get swept. And conditions is good. Cheers, mate. Right, find my pedals a bit quicker there. Pedal starts this one. I have to say, it's nice having a, I think it's a Shimano, I haven't double checked, but it feels like a Shimano dropper post lever. They're always some of the nicest. Although they don't do a dropper post, they drop a post lever. It's really nice. It's little things like that that actually, I reckon, make a big difference to kind of whole quality vibe of the bike. Oh, I missed those roots. These tyres are not route friendly, so it worked. There we go. Prove that, and I've got a lot of pressure in the rear now. It's the last thing I want to do is blow a tyre. There's actually 4-pot front brake, again Dior, 4-pot front, 2-pot rear. So it's not a huge amount of power at the rear, but reasonable poke on the front. Oh, nice and loamy this. And the sniper roots in there. Come on, yes, okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely it does feel a little bit tucky at the front on the faster, looser sections, but then when you're dropping into sections like that, you're quite glad of being able to nip the front end in. Way, shouldn't have bothered with that one. But look up, Kes. Look where you're going more. That's it. Come on, force your vision down the trail. Way. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Do you know what? These forecasters aren't bad. I'd say they're on par, if not better, than those Conti allegedly trail tyres I've just been running, so. Boom.
Nice one.
This is where that super steep seat angle really comes in handy. On the proper winder grinds up the steep stuff. Done the dibber. Missed my foot in. Stage 4 is go. So what else do we need to talk about on this bike? Suspension. Bazocchi Z2 fork. So 34mm stanchions, because basically it's a Fox 34 with a different lower on it, just so you can put a nice M in the arch. But that's it structurally. But in terms of the internals, it's a really simple, nice, free-flowing. See that little tighter head angle worked really well there. Should probably clip in though. That was a win there. And also that short back end means you can, even though the middle's long. I do feel like the middle is long, but once you got the back end out, it kicks out really nicely. Come on, Kez, you're racing the race. Come on, get on the gas, get on the gas, get on the gas. And, you know, it's a proper fluid back end, like I say. Kind of does pull itself a bit up under power. Yes, come on, Kez. Come on. Yeah, routine. So, you got quite an open damper, this rail damper, kind of a version of the sweep in the Fox 34 rhythm. So fairly simple, but plenty of oil flow. And they've saved a bit of money with like plastic adjusters rather than metal adjusters, but still got lockout and low speed compression. So it's still fully functional damper. There's Nicky from Bike Radar. Got to try and get him when it's pedaling. It's the only hope I've got. Get some strokes in. Come on. Come on. These forecasters do roll fast. I'll give them that. Come on, guys. Yeah, it's doing a little hop. Come on, guys. God, these stages are good. This is such a good event, by the way. I'll do a little mini event video as well, but as you can tell, really good natural stages, proper long. Loving this. Oh, looks like it's getting steep. Yeah, there we go. Getting steep. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Keep it high, keep it high. Keep it high, guys. Gas, 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 gas. Come on. Come on. Oh, that was a bit of a sketch. Come on, use that short back end. And then at the back, according to the spec sheet, should have a Mazzocchi inline shock. I was quite excited to ride actually, even though it's basically just box float, something I've never ridden before. But bikes actually come with the RockShox Deluxe Select. It's a classic sort of cross-country trail shock. It's actually dry here, dry loam. Come on guys, come on, some power strokes in. So I'm more confident pushing these hard tyres. Oh, ho, ho. Ah. Nearly. Just trying to get close enough to switch the guns. Rap, 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 rap. I mean, look at that. That is proper bloody lovely. What a place to hold a race.
Got loads of GoPros in this crowd.
Yeah, it's the influencer gang, isn't it?
Right.
This is.
Yeah,
He's on the
ready?
new bike. Yeah, go for it.
Go on, Days.
Right, we're off. Final stage of the day. Oh, it's a bit slippery. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that is definitely slippery. Let's rein it back in a bit there. It's just I've seen some action now, but like I say, what I was going to say. Okay, let's go again. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Right down. What's up? You are.
Yeah, had to put quite a lot of, back to the shock, had to put quite a lot of rebound in it. Because that back end does naturally kind of kick around quite a lot, especially in the middle stroke. Kind of tempting to run it fluid, but yeah, actually benefit from choking it down on the damper a bit. Forecast of fun there. And actually, feels really settled now. Front to rear. Hey. Actually really happy with the setup. And you've got to remember, you know, this isn't all-rounder. It's not designed as a gravity bike. You've got the 140 and the 160 for that. So, you know, it's designed to be efficient cross-country as well. It's literally roost coming in the back of my helmet. Come on! You know, we've actually got quite a short head tube on it. Well, very short to be honest. 110mm head tube, even on this large. And it's a low rise bar, it's not a high rise bar. So although, you know, if I was riding stuff like this more, I'd maybe put a higher rise bar, maybe even a longer travel fork, just to relax the head angle a bit. For all round stuff, this is really well balanced. You know, this is right on the edge of what it's designed to do. But actually, woo-hoo-hoo, yes, still feet up somehow. And that says something. And even things like, you know, although, you know, it has got fairly feeble rear brake. Whoa, come on guys. You haven't got a bunch of grip through the rear tyre. can use anything bigger anyway. So, you know, and it does take a bit away. Whoa, could do it. Yes, it's me and Anna. And then when you get to these bits, you know, those faster tyres at more HD position, that's a real bonus. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, and you're done.
You were flying, lass. Anna, you were flying, mate.
That's my jam.
That was a trail.
Boom.
My jam.
Yes, mate.
That was so good. Not so.
So, one of the real novelty aspects of the X Enduro is the fact that there are night stages. And to be fair, it's always a good time. I do a lot of testing at night because it's always a good test of the bike. You know, because you're able to react to stuff late. It's a real test of how well balanced, how well it handles. Okay, whoa, clip that bugger. Oh, these roots are lethal. Yeah, all good, love?
Yeah.
Whenever ready.
Yeah, go on it. Ready? Okay.
Thanks, Bunny.
Alright, you gonna hold it?
I think this is the stage we did before, stage 2, which was pretty pedally. Whoa! Clipped a stump I didn't even see then. That was lucky. They can be nasty, can't they? Yeah, you see now? Whoa! I mean, successive hits like that, that is where that simple rail damper starts to show. It's not sophisticated. Gets a bit of indigestion through there. But back end, still doing really well. It's a capable little bike, this. I mean, yeah, I've not even talked about the price. I mean, theoretically, RRP is $2.5 grand. You know, which is keen enough given the kit, but if you go on Google, pretty much everyone's selling it for $19.99. You know, it makes it a real bargain. Because you are getting, you know, I mean, yeah, they're fast plasticky Maxxis tyres. And it's fairly simple suspension, but you know, it's Mazzocchi, you know, it's designed to really last. That's one thing I haven't talked about with these Z2s. They're specifically designed to have a really long service interval. And you've got Shimano hubs on the wheels. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I see. That's where it gets spicy. Yeah. You know, the whole bike's designed to be really durable package, so it's not just initially good value, it's really good long-term value as well. Hey, mate.
Seriously, if you're doing commentary on the way.
Well, you know, it's my job, isn't it? Commentary. Cheers, love. Right. First stage of the second day. Here's go. Oh, first save of the first stage of the second day has already happened. Pretty happy with the bike setup. I think I've got it kind of far as I can, to be honest. Just need to work around the tyres. Once it stays loamy like this, it's when it gets hard and rooty. And it's kind of supper. Whoa! I hope that looked cool on the camera. That was another big save. Yes. I'll say this Mazzocchi is kind of, it's a really good hardtail fork, but it's starting to find its limits. There's multiple impact lines, sort of 2 or 3 decent sized hits. The compression. All right, mate. Gets a bit out of its depth, starts getting quite choppy. And the third one, you're not quite sure where it's going to go on the rebound either, so But like I say, you know, the back end, consistently impressed with how that's going. Get a bit faster line there. Wait, there we go. And that 200mm rotor on the front. Whoop, there we go. Find the limit of that forecaster again. 200mm rotor on the front. Definitely helping because that rear one's working pretty hard.
Where's your dude?
Oh, hello, there we go. Cheers, Mrs. Tart. Go on it.
Go for it. Enjoy.
Right, next stage, first slide out. What haven't I talked about? I haven't talked about the frame really, like I say. Triple butted alloy. That P-Flex stay. Smooth welded. So, I mean, you can definitely see there's still beads. It's not like it's full carbon effect. Oh, what is that in the front rotor? Damn it. Oh, it's gone. And then, oh, little scent. There's actually a lot of nice little details on it in the UDH. I feel I have to say that because there are still some frames that aren't, but yeah, UDH SRAM rear mech set up. Although this is obviously Dior, so it's still standard, but anyway. And then you've got tubed internal cable routing. So sleeves in that, keeping it nice and quiet. As you can hear, there's a reasonable chain protector on the chainstay. It's a little flap over that main pivot, keep the dirt out of there. The only mini gap. The only sort of controversy, although it makes it look clean, you have got, oh no, that was badly done, Kez. Internal cable routing through the headset, and you can actually feel that stiffer. Come on, yes, that's a right spot. That was like a dinner lady serving mashed potato on a plate. Not call that a send, that was a splat. But you can actually feel both in the gear cables and the remote dropper. There's just a little bit more congestion than you'd expect for a new bike, certainly. And I think that's almost certainly due to that internal cable routing just causing tighter turns in the cabling. And then obviously you do need to play around with the headset. Cheers, mate.
No worries.
And that's a bit more hassle for your mechanic or for you if you do it yourself.
How's that? Getting the breath back.
Yeah, no, I just need to finish chatting about internal cable routing, mate.
I know.
How was yours? How was your run anyway?
Oh,
Good?
pretty wild, yeah.
Yeah.
Some good routes about.
Yeah, I know, I scuffed a couple of corners, but never mind.
Man.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, obviously I'll do a full workshop walk around on the bike as well, but you can see all the cables going in there. And also I noticed last night,
Well, good.
it means you put a lot of wiring loom in front of the light. There's, you know, there's quite a lot of congestion there on the bars, which is kind of ironic because it makes the frame theoretically cleaner, but messier in front of the bars. So yeah, something to bear in mind. I'm going to talk about, how about bottle mounts? That'd do, wouldn't it? That'd be
Great,
exciting. Eh?
Yeah, bottle mounts.
Bottle mounts, that'll keep me going for a couple of minutes.
I need
Yeah,
my bottle mounts when you're riveting, so.
it's riveting stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Thanks. That's me gag now. You've got me pun. Great start line bounce there with the Marshall. Big shout out to all the Marshalls as ever. You know, they're what make these events, aren't they? But yeah, he's like, what am I going to talk about on this run? And he's like, bottle mounts. They're riveting stuff. I was like, exactly. They're literally riveting stuff. They've got pop rivets holding your bottle mounts on. And come on, guys. Yes. On this one, you've got not only 3 mounts on the down tube, so you've got basically dual position on your bottle cages, you've also got seat tube mount, or plenty of room on this large anyway. I don't know if that's true on the extra smalls and the smalls, but plenty of room on this large for a couple of bottles. And then you've got an accessory mount on the front side of the top tube with plenty of room on that. So oh, plenty of route. And I don't know if you can hear that fork is chuntering and clunking around a bit now. Come on guys, don't get dropped deep into the corners. Nicky's on your tail this one. This was the one last time where I had a good old pedal. Managed to catch Nicky up from bike radar, so he's hunting me down on this one. God, this is going to be a long bike test. Either that or I'm going to really have to edit it down to only the relevant bits. All right, mate! Come on, get forward, Case. I'm totally used to that Geo, you know, it's funny. Spent a lot of time talking it on the first day. Much more into it now. Get that front end lent over. Because these are a dual compound tyre. So, that's fairly hard compound. Yeah, the edges are softer. Just need to remember to lift the tyre. Get through those sections as best I can. Back end can slide out for all it wants. Especially with that 432mm back end. Whoa, high posting through there. Oh, and yeah, it is a high post. It's like proper stroke on this. So interestingly, even this 452 seat tube, I'm kind of maxed out in terms of how low I can get the dropper on this. Come on. And I'm actually slightly high on the saddle height at the moment. Yes, come on. There you go. Tuck it in. I start to dry out down here. Still need to watch the roots, but you see it's proper up down. Oh, yes. And these dual brakes doing the job. Oh, that's what I keep forgetting to talk about. So only Ken's roastable sort of deeper in the stage. These are really firm grips. They're like solid kind of Merida ergo grips. And they're really hard. Now I'm used to me Petey's mushroom grips. These are pretty unforgiving, especially once that fork starts getting out of its depth. Come on, carry some speed. Can hear Nicky's coming in on me now, but not much left now. Up, sand the bottom, boom, and dip. Yeah, these grips not really do it behind any favours on the second day, and also at saddle doesn't have drop away at the edges, so not much support for my elderly hips. So what you start noticing is the contact points on stuff. Right, God knows what this will be. I kind of feel like I should probably do a summary run. Hey, whoa, there we go, that's the fork bombed out already. What was that coming off? Oh no, I think it was just, thought it was my bottle coming off there, but no, feedlock still intact. Oh, this is nice. Proper stage. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of hard, this market, because, you know, I've already said, you know, this bike should be £2.5 grand, but it's basically being sold for 2. And if you take it on that count, there's some absolute bargains out there. Speaking to Mick, he's just done a test for in the UK. You can get Saracen for around 2 grand. Bloody Fox factory on it, apparently. So, you know, there's some mad bargains out there for this. But I think not only you got to think that this is a really well put together all-rounder in terms of like, it's nice, this bit hard rocky. What with its hard rocks and its turns, this is a proper built stage. One of the most built one yet. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the suspension and Dior, it's good value bar. Could do with a bigger bar. I remember yesterday I was saying about maybe a 140mm fork and a higher bar would be better for this kind of stuff. That's definitely the case as we get steeper in here, but you know, in terms of that suspension, I've been really impressed by that suspension. And also the thing I haven't really spoken about is obviously as there's less pivot, there's less maintenance to worry about as well. So not only have you got a deliberately really durable fork, you've got a lot of Dior. It's like even the bottom bracket, oh, fluff that one. Even the bottom bracket is Shimano as well, which means you don't have to worry about that dying early. That's going to be a really durable unit. You'll often find people sneaking a cheaper BB in at this price, but not on this bike. It's only that KMC chain, and even then, while the shifting isn't quite as good on KMC, they are hella durable. That was very pleasant, wasn't it?
Well done.
Cheers. Well, wasn't that pleasant, everyone?
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a taste of home for you, surely.
Bit, yeah. Ah, well.
A reasonably built track, huh? Yeah.
At some point, I will actually finish this summary. Maybe the next stage would be a good time to do it.
Yeah.
And a bit more scenic stuff, because this ride's amazing. Look at them. Look at the snakes. The Serpent of Exmoor, isn't it? All right, my babber. Oh, I need a cream tea. That's what I need. I need cream. Maybe after a cream tea, I'll actually be able to come to some kind of short, easily digestible verdict. Let's try that, eh? Let's try that, Nicky, shall we?
I think it's a bit of you.
Bit of jam and cream is what I need, because I'm just blathering on here. But yeah, if I forget, like, subscribe, click for notifications. Go follow Nicky's adventures on Bike Radar as well. Come on, begrudgingly. Begrudgingly, I'm gonna say that. It's my old pals at Bike Radar, you know, they need the help. God love them. Now this is what we've all been waiting for.
My leg's been wishing about this.
The Trad X Enduro T-stop. Look at that.
Leading up to that, it's like this, and he was sort of slamming up. I looked at it way up.
Team's gone.
Slam into it. Something quite quick, like, follow that fucking
Hell yes.
Right. How's it going?
Marvellous. I'm about to go down a hill on my bicycle, aren't I?
Ready to go?
Yeah, why not?
Go on.
Cheers, mate.
Get it!
Right. Made an absolute pig's ear of doing that summary thing on the last run, so let's try again now. And basically, really durable, we've covered that. But not just in terms of spec, but also the fact that I don't think I've said this actually has 135 kilo max rider weight. That's 15 kilo more than kind of the industry standard has been for a long time. That long reach makes it really, really centered in the main, and yet you've got short front and rear ends to add a bit of agility. It does take a little bit of a getting adjust to, he says, failing to get around that corner. But once you're there, it's actually quite a compelling character to ride surprisingly hard. And the real gem about that is how good this P-Flex rear end is. For an alloy twanger, so smooth, really, really impressive. What it'll handle, even when I'm deliberately dodging the sends. Just very, very lively, to the point where, you know, you need to actually deliberately damp it down quite a lot to get the best control out of it. So, not the most efficient pedaler, definitely a friend of the lockout on more pedally climbs. It's all right sat down, but if you're a stand-up stonker, you're going to find it a bit bouncy. And I think it'd be a shame if you just added a load of pressure to it, because then you're losing its major advantage, which is that real plushness. But you can pull a surprising amount of grip out of these fast-rolling four-caster tyres. So really the only thing I'd say is it does push the fork to the limit pretty quickly. because it's so capable at the back. And I think, although I get why they've kept it 130, 130, I think if I was upgrading, I'd go for a more capable. Oh shit, was that a send? Or was that blocked off? Cheers, mate.
No sending today, pal.
I got confused there. But yeah, I'd maybe just, if you're going to upgrade, I think, A, the grips.
Upgrade your legs, mate. Not your bike.
Upgrade your manners, mate. Upgrade my skills, maybe. I'm quite happy with my legs. It's the skills that let me down. But yeah, just, you know, put a more controlled 140 in there, because I think it could do with a slacker head angle and something that matches that super smooth and controlled back end. Cheers, mate. You too. Oh, how's he died through there? And a dab. So what, actually, I was going to say, you know, these tyres are definitely something you could upgrade. And to be fair, something grippier on the front would be pretty useful. I'm pretty sure 2025 bikes come with the dissector on the front. So a bit more grip, well, quite a lot more grip. Obviously. All right, mate. I have no idea what you said. No idea. Roots again. Whoa. Whoa. Yes, I did a jumpy thing. That was quite a little hop. So brave then, quite proud of himself. Yeah, they come with a dissector. What else? There's something else on this bike that's slightly different. Oh, I can't remember now, but anyway. That's kind of the main thing. Oh, hello, right. Look ahead, Kez, look ahead. Go on, try that. Heard it's all the rage. Hammer. But overall, for the money, and I think that's just brilliant, you know, the fact that you can take £2 off the shelf bike and do a big old epic enduro, because this has been a hell of a day out. We started at 10, it's now like 5 o'clock, and the fact that I can still be absolutely loving this bike and loving the ride, that's got to be great. Not even tubeless on the back, no idea what pressure I'm running, but it's a lot. Apart from a bit of hand ache. And you might, you know, it's not the most supportive saddle in the world either. Definitely do with something a bit broader. If you want to give your sit bones some support, but I mean, that kind of detail on the bike at this price. Oh, thanks very much, cheers. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, yeah, it's pretty, you know, it is soft when you, well, no, it's not soft. It's mobile when you pedal, that's the way to describe it, I think, best. 100 metres to the finish. Then we're done for the day. Oh, it's a spicy 100 metres though. Spicy 100 metres though, eh? Oh. Swallow my tongue, why don't you? Cheers, mate.
No worries.
Thanks for being out there for us.
That's all right.
Woo! Oh, what a day. Awesome. Thanks so much for Mikey and the X-Enduro crew for having us here. Merida, Shimano for sponsoring the event that makes it happen. Like I say, there'll be a mini in event edit afternoon. So watch that if you want a bit more behind the scenes stuff. I'll do a workshop tour around on the bike as well. And it's actually static and you can see what I've been talking about in terms of frame features and stuff. And I'll just switch hands because we're about to go uphill. And if you really like what I'm doing here on Guykes TV, then please consider sponsoring on Patreon on a monthly basis, or just giving a YouTube thanks. Got a couple of those even last night, so thanks to those guys. He threw me some cash straight away on the old YouTubes. But for now, Hi, Big Guy Kesterman on Guidecast TV, riding the X Enduro on Merida's 120 600. Affordable, aggro, all-rounder, but done in a really distinctive way, in a whole number of different facets. It's been a really fun one, really fun. And above all, it just goes to show you don't need to spend a fortune to have a whole lot of fun at a proper rowdy enduro event, which is probably the most important bit of, it's probably the most important take home of this whole video.